Hello, dividend executives. We are back at it. This week we are jumping into Purple Brick. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we gone over it, but let's jump in. Let's see how much income we have, what we've been doing to the account, what all these purchases every single week have been doing to our dividend income, and how close we are to getting to our $100 a month in pure dividend income. If you're new here, that is the goal. We want $100 a month or $25 roughly on average a week in dividend income, and we are doing it through buying dividend paying funds. Most of them are monthly paying dividends, but a few of them are quarterly as well. So just as a synopsis, we started this account in February, and we started with February with 81 cents in dividend income. In March, we bumped it up to $9.30 of dividend income. In April, we hit a record of $14.68 of dividend income. And in May, thus far, we are already at $19.71. So we are knocking on the door of $20 a month. Still have a few days left in the month for some dividends to roll in, but we are stoked about it. And the dividends continue to keep on rolling in. So let's take a look. Let's break it down. Let's see where the money's coming from, where we have our money allocated. And first things first, you can see here. So the total value in the account is sitting right around the $46.50. Dividend income for the year is right around $325, and our dividend yield is roughly 7%. So pretty high. And we have 12 holdings. It says 13, but one of them is cash. So we have 12 different stocks we have in the portfolio. And as you can see, our top dog is SCHD. This is one of the main backbones to the account. So almost $1,000 in there. Happy about that. And then you can see VTI just shortly down there at the 580. So it's a couple of my biggest positions, and then JEPI and JEPQ weighing it as well. I'll scroll down here so you can see Devo, SPHD, AGNC, Main, Stag, Glad, PSEC. So PSEC is the only one under $200. The rest of them have just been slowly building up as I add money to them every single week. And let's actually toggle this and let's look at the dividend yield. So you can see SCHD is one of the lower dividend yields. We have our JEPI and JEPQ around the 10% and 12%. VTI is our lowest one, but that is our long-term hold for the entire stock market. And then most of them sit around this like 4 to 5%. Outside of AGNC, that one's crazy. 4 to 5%. A couple of these 10% for the REITs. But yeah, so that's our average. It's about 7% for the dividend yield, and we are stoked about how the account is growing. Let's jump over here and let's look at how our dividends are actually calculated. So annually, we're sitting at $325, like we talked about. Quarterly, $81, and monthly, it's forecasting $27. What it does is it takes the dividends that are paid this month and it looks into next month. So we'll take a look and we'll see the breakdown there. But you can see our biggest hitters are JEPI and JEPQ. As we know, that's the 10% and the 12% a year. So almost 1% a month on if we toggle this back, 1% a month on JEPQ. So maybe even more. It just depends on how the rest of the dividends for the month turn out. But those ones are heavy hitters. So this is for the year. This is how much they bring in. You can break it down into the quarterly, you can break it down into monthly, you can break it down to daily, which is pretty cool. So on average, JEPQ pays me 20 cents a day passively. I don't have to do a single thing. I don't have to lift a finger. It is going to pay me on average 20 cents every single day, or JEPI 14 cents. So really, really awesome to see that. Love the passive income starting to build up. And let's take a look at our calendar here. So like I said, we are towards the end of the month here. A lot of these payments have already come in, and it's saying $23. The reason why it's off a little bit is because even though the dividend paid, like for example on the 4th for JEPI and JEPQ, as the dividend comes in, I get paid it, and then as I continue to add throughout the month, it doesn't know. The app doesn't know that it's already passed, so it keeps adding to the amount even though I wasn't paid that amount. So no worries there. This is a forecaster. It's a great tool to help us see into the future. But let's take a look at what we still have left in the month. So we have coming up here SPHD, Devo, and Glad. So a couple of bucks coming in there towards the end of the month. So that'll boost us a little bit, hopefully over that $20 mark like we were talking about. But let's take a look at June. So June is going to be a big month, and then July will be the biggest month. Let's see, because no, actually it might be June here. Let me scroll down. There we go. Yeah, SCHD is coming in there. So June will be our biggest month. It does have our quarterly dividend payers in there. So this will be one of our bigger months outside of the monthly dividend payers. And you can see here JEPI and JEPQ leading the way, coming in at the $4 and the $6 roughly. I don't know if the dividends, yeah, the ex-dividend date is May 31st. So I'm going to have to make some purchases this week in order to bump those ones up. We're going to throw a little bit of extra cash into those. Love to see that. And then these are all our monthly dividend payers, SPHD, and then SCHD. This is our quarterly dividend payer. This one, I think it's saying right now the payout per share is 60 cents. I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter and online that it might be towards that 70 to 72 cent mark. So we'll keep an eye on SCHD. VTI is another one of our quarterly dividend payers. We'll keep an eye on that as well. 79 cents it's saying. So this is going to be a huge month for us. $34. I mean, we started this account in February and we started it with $0. I have purchased every single stock live and showed it live on the YouTube channel. And we are just building this from the ground up. Again, the goal is $100 a month. And we are going to do that by just buying stocks every single week. And then we are letting them ride. The cool part about the dividends we kind of talked about earlier. So far, on the account, we've had about $45 worth of dividends, and that $45 worth of dividends has gone directly back into the account through drip, and it has not costed me a single cent to buy that $45 worth of stock. So kind of cool to see that. The drip just continues to go every single month, and this just continues to increase. We're trying to get that quarterly number. Let's set the goal. Let's try to get the quarterly number to $100, and let's try to do it in the next month. So I'm going to continue adding. And let's just show what can happen if we continue to do what we're doing. So monthly contributions, I'm doing about at least $200 a week. So let's just say $800 a month. And we're just going to do an investment return. Let's just do something like really mild, like 6% in 20 years with my same dividend yield. We would have an estimated annual forecast if we kept at this for 20 years of $27,000 in annual income. And that would be purely off of dividends. We're not factoring in drip and continuing to keep drip on as that continues to raise the value or the share count of all my shares. This is just purely if I continue to put $200 a week or $800 a month into the account with a 6% yield and then factoring in my dividend yield right now. We would be looking at $27,000. If you wanted to shorten it down a little bit, maybe look at like a 10-year horizon, we could get up to almost $10,000 in annual estimated income, which is really awesome to see. Like this, if you look at this on a retirement perspective where we're looking at like 30 years or something like that, and let's bump it up even a little bit more. Let's do $1,000 a month. So $250 a week, $1,000 a month. This will give us, at a 6% yield, we're talking about $72,000 of annual income. This is crazy. So 30 years, if you just stick at it, $250 a week with roughly the same dividend yield I'm sitting at now, we're talking about $72,000 worth of paychecks every single year when you get to retirement, all for doing nothing. This is passive income, folks, and we are on this journey, and we are trying to build this account. This is everything I got for the account this week. I'm going to start doing a little bit more updates, maybe every other week. As I continue to add money every week, we'll go over how much it actually changes the forecasting of my monthly, my quarterly, and my annual basis. And we'll go over it. So thanks for tuning in. Happy investing. We'll see you later.